No. Chris.
That
was a gunshot.
That was absolutely.
That was a gunshot. Did you see anything?
There's a light. There's a fucking light right there.
Oh! Oh shit! Who? I just heard my name being called from down the trail by Chris.
すごい。ちょっと動けないな。
Remote wilderness encounters become terrifying when whatever is watching stays just beyond the light. One camper woke to someone pulling at his van doors while another had a heavy rock hurled into camp. Were these warnings or attempts to drive them out? Bear is an experienced adventurer and the father of 2 sons. He records his frightening expeditions through isolated terrain and uploads them to YouTube on his channel, Exploring with Bear, for viewers interested in unsettling outdoor journeys. Although many journeys carry him far into unfamiliar places, close friends usually travel beside him. On this night, however, he enters a reportedly haunted forest entirely alone, heading into an area that only a few people would willingly explore. The video appeared on September 10th, 2024. After darkness begins covering the area, Bear drives farther into the woodland with his van providing the only beam through the growing blackness. He parks, climbs outside, and starts a fire, watching the flames move against the shadows around him. The woods remain silent and quiet. At first, the evening seems likely to stay calm. Bear has no idea how quickly that impression will change. Always drawn toward adventure, Bear begins exploring after nightfall.
I really don't want to do this. I'm hearing noises all around me already. Is that whistling? This is insane.
His expression reveals an uncomfortable suspicion that he may not be alone. He attempts to dismiss the feeling as imagination, although his instincts are more accurate than he understands.
Oh my goodness, I thought somebody was standing right beside me. Man, I haven't even started the walk yet. This sounded like somebody back there in the woods. Okay, I want to try to walk a little fast to get us to the barn, because it's a long walk.
Bear quietly tries to control the fear building inside him. The isolation of a forest can influence perception, and the experience is only starting. He continues farther along with hesitant steps until he reaches an aging barn concealed among the trees. Covered with graffiti badly deteriorated and seemingly forgotten, the structure resembles something abandoned by another era. Still, the place carries an unmistakably wrong feeling.
My heart is freaking racing.
The pressure around him increases with every step. Bear works to remain composed but keeps moving, determined to learn what may be hidden inside the neglected structure. Then, the situation suddenly changes.
Did you hear the footsteps? Footsteps just came from up there. Oh, that's so loud. There it is again. Oh my goodness. There was nobody here. There was nobody here. I feel like I want to puke. No freaking way. No freaking way. Hello? I got my thing in my hand, guys. I'm ready. Right now, if I have to be. Hello? I heard you walking up here. What? Oh my goodness, my heart's going so freaking fast.
He freezes as his breathing catches. Careful playback of the recording reveals the same sound that stopped him. Distinct footsteps can be heard moving across the loft overhead. Bear searches the area but discovers nothing at all. Nobody is visible. Only his heartbeat seems to fill the empty barn.
Oh my goodness, freaking footsteps. There was nobody there. I know you guys had to hear that. I just want to be back in the truck. I just want to be back in the truck.
Although frightened, He tries to stay controlled and quickly returns toward the van, believing it may offer protection. Yet even there, safety is not guaranteed.
Oh, no way. Man, I am hearing crap all around me. That was like a hiss. I don't know if you guys heard it. That might have been something more spiritual. I don't know what would have hissed like that. I can't even tell you how I'm feeling right now. And I don't know why I keep feeling like there's something right behind me. And I seen like a figure. I really thought there was a person.
His instincts insist that a person or something unknown is following behind him. Bear begins walking faster, unaware that his concern is justified.
I'm seriously thinking about putting the camera down and running back to the truck. Sorry guys if the camera's crazy, because I've really been not paying attention to it. Sorry.
He reaches the van at last, but whatever is happening in the woods has not ended.
Man, I hope you guys heard that. I don't know. A little while now. Thinking about that. That was legit somebody walking. Clear as day. Twice. Man, I feel tired. But at the same time, my insides are still like, I still feel stirred. I feel restless. Restlessness like up in here.
Thinking the danger is past, Bear gives in to exhaustion and falls asleep for a brief period.
There's something outside. I did fall asleep, but it sounded like something hit my truck. What is it? Oh, somebody's there. Somebody's there. So where's my freaking light? Where's the freaking... Hey! There's a car there. Where's my keys? Where's the keys? Somebody was trying to get in the truck. Where's my thing? Where's my thing at? Where's my gun? There it is. Okay, hold on. Somebody's just trying to get in the truck. Oh. Hello? Who did that?
Later, something begins pulling at the door handles from outside. The possibility of someone wandering through the forest at night and attempting to enter immediately alarms him. Bear gets out and searches nearby, yet sees nothing. His fear remains genuine.
I'm gonna head home. Where's my keys? Okay. I'm about to head home. Somebody was just trying to get in the truck. Imagine if the doors wouldn't have been locked. I might have still been sleeping. I don't know. I know I'm leaving now.
Disturbed and shaken, he decides to abandon the location. He gathers his belongings, starts the van, and drives away quickly. As the vehicle disappears into darkness, the central mystery remains unresolved: what had been outside that night, and why had it attempted to enter the van. Unusual woodland noises sometimes have ordinary causes, but incidents like this make viewers question what was truly moving beyond the light. Had you been alone in that forest and heard someone testing your door during the night, would you investigate further or drive away immediately without turning back? On September 18, 2025, Jasko and Chris from the YouTube channel Jasko traveled into Devil's Forest, a place associated with occult stories, disappearances, and a violent past. Their channel features overnight investigations at locations believed to be haunted, where isolation creates danger. They plan to camp in their van near Devil's Pond and record whatever happened. From the moment they arrived, the woods seemed far from deserted.
Yeah, it was very clearly a person standing there.
It looked like a hooded... That's it. That's it, right?
Wait, what?
Pasture.
It's really hard to see.
Pasture.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
After dark.
Yeah, right there.
Oh wait, okay, I see it now. What is that?
You
Oh,
wanna go-
that thing in the middle right there?
Yeah. So we were just driving. The van is right there. We were looking for a campsite. We're going up the road. and we saw what looked like someone standing. And as you can see, it still kind of does. I don't know if that's like some sort of fabric or whatever that is. I slammed on the brakes, we backed up. But the thing is, right when we saw that, we saw a flash of light as well, almost like someone taking a picture. So we just got out to check it out, but I figured we'd document this just in case. We're hearing some really strange noises. Now, okay, we thought it was a person, and if that's just like a jacket or whatever, that makes me feel a lot better. However, that doesn't explain the flash of light. It looked like it was moving. There's a bag there. Now, my big fear right now is, did someone just literally take this off?
As they drove farther into Devil's Forest searching for somewhere to park, they spotted a person standing beside the road. Seconds afterward, a flash appeared, almost as though someone had photographed them from the darkness. Nothing explained the incident, and the road ahead stayed quiet. It became their indication that a presence might be nearby. Not long later, they found a soaked bag of belongings abandoned deep among the trees. It held clothing shoes, an old teddy bear, and a camera that had stopped functioning.
Why is this wet like this? Okay, bro, I don't know. Was this here before the weekend? I mean, it's Sunday right now. That's really strange. Bro, this is like damp as shit.
What the hell? Alright, yeah, I don't know if we should be...
Oh, dude.
Is someone actually out here right now?
His face is like...
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Who is this person? Why is everything wet?
I don't know. Makes no sense. I mean, it's been raining, but not that much.
Oh, wait. I will never... Matthew 7... Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What is going on right now? Bro, we need to get out of here, like, ASAP. I just saw something big move right in front of me. It almost like a person, but there's no one there, bro.
Who's Matthew? Who's... Bro, did you throw something, or was that something?
No, I didn't throw anything.
Huh?
I didn't throw anything.
Oh, I thought you threw something to like
No.
scare something off. I'm so uncomfortable right now. I'm just gonna open this quick and just check.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, there's shoes. There's a camera. It makes for the pictures, no?
Oh, the flat. That's the light we saw.
Shut the f. There's no way. No, there's no way. There's not even film in here.
Okay.
Or battery or anything. Let's take the battery.
1940s.
It looks like a bear from the 1940s.
It probably is. Ooh. White duct tape.
This just looks like someone's personal stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay.
Close by written notes expressed guilt and regret without revealing who had placed them there. The woodland no longer felt merely silent, it felt disturbingly personal. Later that evening, Jasko explored the trails by himself.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I don't plan on being long. Okay. I just kind of want to see if maybe the spirits like me being out here with night vision, the gun with me in case anything happens. So this is the Devil's Forest, guys. It constantly like feels like something is like walking behind me, which is so freaky. Dog. Yes. It sounded like something was just charging at me. Like right here. Guys, I'm sorry for screaming. That genuinely sounded like something charged at me. Sorry.
Occult activity.
Chris? Spirit box just said occult activity.
Mysterious.
It's very mysterious. Thank you, spirits. I'm hearing something walking in the distance. Okay. This built
1800s.
18. Okay, so something happened in the 1800s, clearly. All right, how about this? I brought a rock with me because sometimes it's a little hard to get the gun ready. I have a rock. I'm gonna throw this rock. I want you to throw a rock back at me. Kobe, go ahead. Whoa, what the? Yo. Correct. Okay, thank you. How about this?
Witch's portal.
Cool. A lot of people that died in the water here, they believed were witches. It's a crazy story. That was a clap right behind me. That was a clap like right here. Chris! Bro, that was right behind me. What is going on here? That's crazy. All right, let's keep going. That sounded like something just like, guys, it sounded like right behind me.
Investigate what happened here.
Investigate what happened? I'm trying. Who's following me? Okay, I'm hearing some weird noises right now. I just heard my name being called from down the trail by Chris. But Chris is in that direction. Chris? But if he's down there, then what the Yo, who's down there? I'm going back. I definitely just heard my name. Sound like Jazz. And it definitely sounded like Chris. Oh my God.
As he moved forward, abrupt noises shattered the stillness, something racing through the dark claps answering from behind him, followed by a voice using his name. It sounded identical to Chris. Soon afterward, they verified that Chris had remained beside the van. At that point, confusion became real fear.
We're about to do an SS method. When you come to an area like this with so much dense history, tragic history, and you find a chair near a body of water where it's rumored that many bodies have been found. So we're thinking max 15 minutes. So Chris, ask the questions, whatever you want regarding, okay, 3, 2, and 1. See us move. Oh my God.
Make a noise in the direction you're standing and I'll watch.
Die.
Did you die in the water? Can you confirm that?
Close. Closer.
Oh my God. That was a fucking girl screaming. What is out here, guys? Can you guys tell Jazz what I'm hearing? Who just screamed, bro? Okay, so I just heard on everything. A girl or a female scream come from there. 2 things just got thrown in the water. I don't know what's going on. I just want to let you know that there's shit happening around us. And if it keeps getting crazy, you can go ahead. I just want to let you know there's stuff happening. Are you guys throwing rocks or something in the water to get our attention?
No. Come closer.
Where do you want me to go?
Close. Please help. Listen.
I'm listening.
It's around. Stop you. Vicious.
Hello?
I'm going to hurt.
You're gonna hurt us? Why do you want to hurt us?
No to that.
Do you not like us being out here?
No to that.
You want us to
time you
leave?
said that.
We'll get out of here if you want us to leave. Just tell us. Another noise out there.
Leave.
Oh, behind us.
That's me.
That's crazy. You just said that's me. Is there anything that we need to know about tonight that we need to be aware of? You guys are moving around like crazy in the water.
This is my house.
Can you tell us where we should go tonight to explore? Are there any trails, any places in the forest we should go visit? That'd be interesting. Whoa.
Girl.
Who was that? It's right in front of us, guys. There's so much stuff going on.
Don't move.
Okay, I'm not moving.
Warn.
Are we in danger right now? I see eyes.
Shut up.
There's something right behind us. I see eyeballs.
Hold on, I can't
Staring
hear. I
right-
can't hear.
Bro, there's something right behind us.
What?
Do you see that? Right there. Weird noises right now. It's moving. It's looking around at us.
At Devil's Pond, the pair performed the Estes method. During the attempt, a scream traveled from near the water. A threatening response came through the spirit box, appearing to warn that harm was coming. As they continued, reflected eyes became visible inside the brush, silently observing from the darkness. The encounter grew increasingly hostile.
I just heard some weird noises outside. I just want to do a quick perimeter check. I didn't want to freak you out by opening the door, so I'm just gonna.
Good, bro. I'll watch out the window.
Okay. Wait a second. Hold on. Can you guys see that? Guys, there's a handprint right where I thought I heard something.
Probably should go back outside if there's something out there.
No, I'm good to stay in here the rest of the night. I really don't mind, but
I just woke up because I just heard some tapping on the window behind me. And I just swear to God, I just saw a shadow or something walk by the windshield. So I'm sure there's not somebody out here. I don't know. This is just odd.
Chris?
Yo.
Chris, did you hear that?
Yeah, what was that?
What was that?
That was so loud. Dude, look around, please. Don't distract me. There's someone outside right now.
Bro, it sounded like glass shattering.
That was so loud.
Okay, I'm gonna go check outside. I don't know what that could have been. That genuinely sounded like glass, bro. Like, where the hell is it? Chris? Chris?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
I just saw eyeballs up there. It was right on the side of the road.
To the left or to the right?
The left side.
Something there?
I don't know.
Chris,
Dude,
it's
I don't
3 o'clock in the morning. Is there really someone out here messing with us?
No shot.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay.
Okay, get in the van. Get in the van. Get in the van. Chris.
That was
That was a gunshot.
was absolutely-
That was a gunshot. Did you see anything?
There's a light. There's a fucking light right there.
Oh! Oh shit! Yo, there's someone out there. There's someone out there. That's a light. That's a fucking light. It's moving, Chris. It's moving. There's someone outside the van right now.
I don't see anything moving. I don't see anything.
You don't see it anymore?
No, it's like going. There's no. I don't see anybody.
After they returned to the van to sleep, the situation intensified. A large handprint appeared across the vehicle, despite not being there earlier. Shortly afterward, a harsh crash sounded nearby, resembling shattered glass. During the early morning, a gunshot rang out close to the van. Beams from flashlights started advancing through the trees toward them. Believing armed people were approaching, Jasko and Chris immediately turned on the engine and escaped Devil's Forest without delay. Their investigation ended chaotically, with survival becoming their only concern. Viewers remained divided. Some thought the voice's threats and timing suggested paranormal activity. Others believed the greatest danger came from people, especially weapons, nearby movement, and intentional intimidation inside an isolated forest. If Devil's Forest truly is haunted, its presence never had to reveal itself. That night, the greatest threat was not invisible. It was armed, aware, and near enough to make them flee. On September 6, 2023, a solo van traveler from the YouTube channel Nomadic Introvert finished Labor Day in a quiet parking lot that was nearly empty. Her content centers on peaceful minimalist van life and strict personal routines. That evening seemed ordinary and controlled until silence, isolation, and one brief lapse in attention made the van feel exposed.
I found this empty parking lot. Nobody was here. It was in a pretty populated area, so I didn't think nothing of it when I parked. So I prepared to take a nap. I cracked the window to get that nice little breeze, and I left my curtains open so that I can see out of my front windshield in the event that I feel like something is up. While I was laying there, something told me to get up. It wasn't because I heard a noise or anything. It was just like a gut feeling, like, get up. Look outside.
The lot remained motionless. No cars passed, no voices carried nearby. Inside the van, she prepared to sleep, certain the day had ended. Then, sudden unease interrupted the calm and made her sit up. Nothing obvious had happened yet. Something beyond the van suddenly seemed unsafe. The warning feeling came before danger. Seconds later, the danger became visible.
And when I looked outside, headed straight towards my passenger side and proceeded to walk around the back of my van and towards the driver's side door. And as he slowly approached the driver's side door, I hopped back, I shut the side window, I locked the additional driver's side lock just in time. No sooner after I locked it, he grabbed the driver's side handle and began to violently shake it, trying to open my door.
A man headed straight toward the van with clear purpose, neither wandering nor distracted. When he reached the door, she responded instinctively and activated the inside lock just in time. He seized the handle and pulled it forcefully, testing the only barrier separating them. In the quiet, the vehicle no longer felt protective.
After I locked the interior lock, he grabbed the handle and started to try to open my door. Now, were my doors locked? I can't tell you, fam. That's the first mistake. I always lock my door when I park, whether I'm in a place where I know the area or whether I'm in a place where I don't know the area. The first thing I do when I cut my engine is lock the door. What happened was, when he was shaking the handle, when I ran up to lock the additional interior lock, I looked at my dashboard and I didn't see that red light blinking, which indicated to me that all the doors were locked. I remember after locking that additional locking, backing up. As I was backing up, I looked at the dashboard and I did not see that red light flashing, which means I don't think I locked the doors. When I didn't see that red light flashing, I wasn't sure. So I backed up to look for my key. I went to this table right here. It was closed. And I was like, crap, because that's where I normally put my key. I always put my key there, with the exception of that day, me breaking character. That's the second time I broke character. The first time I broke character is when I didn't see that red light flashing on the dashboard, which indicates all the doors were locked. So I know for a fact I didn't hit that lock button. So I'm looking. It took about 8 seconds. Throwing stuff. I found the key on top of the green container, and the only reason why I couldn't see it because my Yeti strap was covering it, and I had threw this top on top of the key. So When I grabbed the key, as I jumped in the front seat, he was still shaking the door handle trying to get in. Before I sat down, it was like one motion. I jumped, put the key in ignition, turned it, and sat down. Once I cranked up my van, he stopped shaking my driver's side handle, which means he didn't know I was in here, which blows my mind. How do you not know I'm not in here? When you were coming up on this side window, I slammed it shut. You didn't hear it?
After the man backed away, her fear did not ease. It sharpened. She understood how close the encounter had come to changing. Earlier, stepping outside her routine may have left the door unlocked, and waiting a few more seconds could have altered everything. Frightened but uninjured, she later explained the lesson the experience left behind. Isolation offers few second chances, and routine can become the strongest defense. Viewers focused on vulnerability rather than mystery, noting that isolation and disrupted habits are exactly what real-world dangers can exploit. The incident ended without violence, but when danger approaches silently, how many signs appear before it is already too late?
On January 16, 2022, inside an unnamed cave network formed by lava, the Caveman Hikes crew returned for another mapping mission. Their channel centers on forcing through punishing squeezes and entering spaces most people would never attempt. This time, Caveman Gary Calvin and Arlen confronted a passage so narrow that even drawing breath required effort. From the opening crawl, the stone showed that nothing inside would come easily. Near the entrance, Caveman needed to break away sections of exposed rock to squeeze through. The first restriction felt less like a tunnel and more like a vice, reinforcing his warning that only experienced cavers should enter. Their purpose was mapping, but the cave offered no mercy to anyone inside. Beyond them, the confined darkness appeared even more severe.
Now let's get Gary through there.
I shouldn't be talking too much over the shove me.
We can get you through. There's also body twisting techniques to get through stuff. Some of it, you can twist your body, you can get through a smaller space.
I know that, like, I can my shoulders by just one Superman or one. Oh, sir. What? Come help me.
Okay, we're coming.
It takes a moment for the other cavers to notice there's a problem.
Do you want back?
On his first attempt to the tightest portion of the entrance,
Right.
one of the cavers has become stuck in the passage. These kinds of maneuvers can be dangerous if the caver is alone.
Oh.
But with the team present, assistance is always close by.
I will.
The caver is wedged in a small passage, hands down and at his side. He now has almost no leverage to move himself free. Calvin moves himself into position where he can pull his team member by his ankles backward until he is free. With limited space, it is always a fight for leverage.
Want more? I'm going to keep a hold of this one.
Gary went first, keeping his arms pressed against his body while pulling himself through the initial bottleneck. Plastic sheeting slid beneath him slightly, reducing resistance as rock closed in on every side. The next squeeze proved worse, extending farther while becoming narrower and more exhausting. Progress came 1 inch at a time. Then the cave showed how easily it could stop them. Partway through, one member became trapped so tightly that he could not shift his body. Calvin grabbed his boots and pulled him backward, releasing him only after the crushing pressure eased. The team removed more rock before continuing. Arlen also pressed onward despite recovering ribs and a broken jaw, moving slowly with concentration. The group felt relief only after everyone cleared the restriction. Several hours later, they located a looping route that returned near the entrance. Each person kept their body raised while passing through the last narrow opening, avoiding a lower groove that might hold them fast. Emerging felt like tearing free from the cave itself. Caveman came out with ripped clothing evidence of every rough surface encountered underground. Viewers, watching from the safety of home, admitted the passages made their hearts race. Many claimed they would never enter another cave, joking that an MRI scanner now seemed roomy. The most frightening part was not the darkness, but having no remaining space to move. As the team escaped with only inches available, one question remained. If people can barely survive passages like these, how many narrower tunnels stay unexplored because entering them should never be attempted?
On September 20th, 2024, Mame of Mame Channel, a creator recognized for visiting Japan's most haunted places alone, went back to the deserted silver mines of Inai Ginzan in Akita. During daylight, the ruins looked like traces of a tragedy buried long ago. But after darkness covered the forest and the blocked mine entrance, the location seemed to hold a presence that no longer felt completely absent. He started the trip in Saitama, resuming his nationwide tour of haunted destinations while announcing his forthcoming book.
秋田県着きました。なんかあっちの方すげえ。山、超綺麗。すごいすごい。で、今日はね、ひとまずホテルに泊まって休みます。明日昼からちょっと院内銀山見に行こう。やばいやばい。くっそ雨降ってきた。最悪だ。初日からまさかこんなびしょびしょになるとは。この辺だけど、あ、これか。着きました。
As the hours passed, his attention turned toward Inai Ginzan, a site associated with thousands of graves, collapsed passageways, and accounts of fires. Yet the discomfort surrounding him seemed connected less to the past than to something nearby. And the farther he continued, the stronger that feeling became. The next day, he researched the mine's history inside the Heritage Museum before entering the wooded remains of the former settlement. Lines of gravestones covered in moss extended between the trees, while even the cannon statue seemed unlike how it had appeared in daylight. Locals had warned that electronic devices frequently failed in this area, and that possibility stayed in his thoughts as he passed the old remnants. Still, the challenge would begin after dark. By evening, heavy rainfall accompanied him back toward the mine entrance. He placed his tent directly in front of the sealed shaft, disturbed by sounds resembling an adult man and later a child drifting weakly through the storm. Once he left the campsite and climbed toward the shrine in darkness,
すごいな。なんかまた赤くなってないやっぱ。気のせいじゃなかった。なんで？ちょっと待って、やばいやばい。めっちゃ怖い。お邪魔しました。月明かりまで来ましたね。こんばんは。とりあえず観音様のところへ戻りますか。そしたらこの辺でスピリットボックス使ってみますか。この観音様の近くで。こんばんは。夜遅くにすいません。誰かいますか？なんか横切んなかった。なんか影が横切んなかった。こんばんは。誰かいませんか？すいません、どうもありがとうございました。失礼します。応答なしですね。暗闇にしてみますか、ここで。よし。赤外線定点カメラで。これやっぱ声みたいにするんだよね。じゃあ消しまーす。あ、すごい。ちょっと待って、動けないな。やばいな、やばいな、やばいな。すごい圧迫感。暗闇に押しつぶされそうな感じですね。なんか包まれてる。みたいな言わなかった。誰か。もう一回消します。ちょっともう疲れた。歩き疲れた。ちょっと待って。わかんない。もう足音に聞こえた、普通に。もういっか。頑張ったよね。すいません、本当ありがとうございました。お邪魔しました。あ、はい。失礼します。女の人の声しなかった。すいません、本当ありがとうございました。お邪魔しました。ほら。普通に人が喋ってる感じしますね。よし。そしたら戻りましょう、テントまで。そういえば雨やみましたね。めっちゃ嬉しい。戻ってきました。よし。テント戻ろう。こんばんは。戻ってきました。マジでここに寝るのか。
The feeling of being observed followed every step. Something also appeared to trail him while he descended the hillside. Near the cannon statue, his camera briefly stopped recording sound, and afterward the infrared lens displayed unusual colors as he crossed the cemetery. Several times he heard noises resembling human conversation, even though the mountain should have been empty then. When he finally reached his tent again, the abrupt relief of his back pain seemed as unnatural as the other events. Yet another disturbance still remained before the night ended. He kept the infrared camera recording while attempting to sleep. Footsteps moved around the outside of the tent.
なんかこっちが行動なんですけど、なんかすっごい気配する。雨降ってきましたね。最悪や。すごい雨音。ということで、寝る準備ができたので、寝ます。寝れるかこれ。でも超眠い。音みたいにしなかった。現在時刻2時ですね。それは眠いわけだ。一応テント内も赤外線カメラずっと回していきたいと思います。すみません。音と話し声みたいに聞こえる。
Followed by quiet voices he could not recognize. Close to sunrise, as he packed his belongings, a sudden metallic impact rang from far inside the sealed mine, resembling a tool striking rock deep underground. Mem stopped, aware that the sound came from a passage nobody had entered for decades. It remained in his memory well after he departed. Some viewers believed the voices sounded like the adult and child tones commonly described at haunted locations, while others noted that the camera's unusual color changes supported previous reports of electrical disruption. Several people argued that wildlife native to Akita's mountains may have caused the sounds. But with the mine closed and nobody else present during the storm, what created that last metallic blow from within the tunnel? More importantly, who or what could still have been working in the darkness?